January 1st, 2025, His Holiness Pope Francis issued his final call to action before his passing. The theme of the 58th World Day of Peace was "Forgive us our trespasses, grant us your peace." I find that theme to be a brief but profound statement. To me, it sounds serene, holy, but also not simply a humble request, but a demand, a prioritized task. It belies a quiet strength that the Pope possessed throughout his papacy. These two sentences communicated his values, stating that forgiveness and the building of peace is not an easy task but requires actual work. He stated the two business objectives of his organization, the Catholic Church, for this year, as well as issued that challenge to his followers. So, what does it mean to forgive us our trespasses? This is a quote from the Lord's Prayer, and I believe that this sentence, that is usually a request made to God in the Lord's Prayer, is now directed into an insistence upon one another. We will never attain peace in this world until we forgive one another. Pope Francis wanted to make forgiveness a value and a norm in Christian society. As we all know, these values tend to only make their presence known on Sunday Mass, but true forgiveness requires significant effort over significant time. It is a skill that must be trained and practiced upon every act of harm. Forgiveness, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of emotional intelligence and is one of the few things that human beings can do that can bring us closer to God. Finally, grant us your peace. Forgiveness is the only path to peace. Peace is not simply a lack of conflict, it is a built and constructed state of well being. Every war ever fought involves a grudge, a resentment, a refusal to forgive others for their trespasses or their differences and work together instead. We all know this as we grow up and learn and experience life, yet we are in such a state that the Pope himself has to insist that we actually work towards peace. It is something that must be granted, a value that must be shared with one another in order to be received in turn. We, the human race, must work on our ability to convene with one another without selfishness or malice and share peace instead. Only then can we leave the petty conflicts that consume us and ruin our lives behind and thus attain a better world. Thank you very much for your time to hearing my thoughts on the 58th World Day of Peace.